The music on this title screen is really nice, or even on this migrate screen. The music in a lot of these card games is very light and subtle. That's why Duel Links caught me off guard. Like, my volume is maxed out, but it's still like very dim. Duel Links is super fucking loud, and the characters are talking and all this kind of crazy crap, which I do like that aspect. Only Hearthstone really does that right. Duel Links and Hearthstone are the only two card games that really get it right as far as the characters and the personality and the avatars having all these emotes and stuff. So basically I have to use my custom cursor because of course these games just never do that. So hang on a second. I think that's a big affront. You're doing like a multi-million-dollar project, this big fucking IP, and you can't even do what I'm showing here, this custom fucking cursor or whatever, you know, some kind of cursor for the game. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It just helps immerse you in the fucking thing, dude. Nobody wants to see a fucking Windows mouse. So yeah, we are going to do this migrate thing in before they do surprise maintenance or some dog shit to stop me from playing again. Because I was trying to do this last time, so I kind of cheated the format and played Pokemon TCG Live. Even though basically the challenge was I started playing TCG Live for the first time ever in August of this year. And so I said by the time like December 1st, let's say, something around that, I have to win one tournament. So it didn't seem like a very hard challenge. Right, I always like to set some sort of challenge like that. I have to do this, otherwise I have to delete my account. So I thought that would be easy to do. So then, like, I do my first couple tournaments and I lose in the first round, and it's like, okay, fine. It's only August, we have plenty of time. And then by the time December rolls around, we've done like 7. And we, you know, it could have been theme decks, it could have been any kind of tournament, but I stuck with theme decks because it was a new account, free-to-play player. You know, it's hard to really get any constructed stuff going. Maybe I'll try to metagame a bit more here. I don't know. And it's not like my collection is very big even, but just in principle, right? We're deleting that account. It's not that I can't play that game again, but at least for now, we'll prioritize this. So, or in fact, it should be like a 6-month exile. The same, well, but that game might cease to exist by then. I like how there was that one article that said the now defunct Pokemon TCG. But it's not defunct at all. Like, it's still pretty active from what I could tell. But yeah, we had like 3 months to August, September, October, November, actually 4 months to win one single tournament, but it was really fucking hard to do, and I couldn't do it. In fact, I never even got past the first round, or no, the second round. There's only 3 rounds, so I only ever won the first round like twice, and the rest of the time I lost in the first round. That's fucking ridiculous. And you can't even use an excuse like, oh, they have cards that you wouldn't, or like they have too good of a deck, because they're all themed decks, which you can get too. So I like that principle though. Like whenever I would lose, the next deck I would buy, if I didn't already have it, would be the deck I lost to. So that's a good way to kind of inform your decision making, right? Like you lose to some deck and, oh, this is so busted and overpowered, so I'm just going to buy it myself, and then I get beat with that too. So clearly it wasn't the deck. I must just suck dick. Migrate your Pokemon TCG online account. The names are kind of too similar. TCG Live, TCG Online. They should have maybe made it sound different. Like Master Duel to Duel Links isn't exactly the great. And then Cross Duel. We get that you're dueling, but come up with something else. Playing Pokemon trading card game live requires logging into your Pokemon Trainer Club account. If you play the Pokemon trading card game online, you automatically populate some of your data from the TCG Online to TCG Live through your Pokemon Trainer Club account. This data includes all cards from the trading card game, Black and White series through Sword and Shield series. So I don't remember where that starts. So it must be more recent than, because that's been out since like 2011. Most coins, card sleeves, and deck boxes, of which I have very few anyway. I do have like over 1,000 fucking coins though. Why does it say most coins? Like it should just be all coins. No, it'll be 99% of them. They'll charge you a fucking tax for doing this. The data populated to TCG Live will not include data for cards older than Black and White. Your friends list, that's kind of, well, I guess it makes sense because there's no guarantee that all those friends will be there. But if they are, it should count. If they migrated too. Decks? Wait. What do you mean decks? Like constructed decks, I guess? Currency, tickets. Wait, it just said most coins, but now it's saying will not include data for cards older than that, your friends list, decks, currency, tickets. they really try to cuck you on tickets. That's how you compete in the tournaments in the first place. So I guess this mode will have like more of a crafting system, which would be nice because that one didn't. It had a trading system, but even that was kind of restrictive and insular. And I like this screen. I'm doing a long intro for this just to. I said this intro wasn't going to be as long as the TCG Online one because that was like my first time ever playing a Pokemon card game, period, or for any serious level. But with this one, it's just like I imagine it's going to be basically the exact fucking same thing, right? It confuses me that it says currency because like you better let me keep those 1,000 fucking coins. Unopened booster packs, build and battle boxes, league rewards, and player experience. What does that mean, player experience? Oh, like leveling up. You will receive in-game virtual. Well, first of all, this is in beta too, so they could cuck you twice, right? Cuck squared. Not only you'll migrate your collection from online TCG to here, but then when the beta is over, they'll say, "Oh, you don't get to keep your collection from the beta." But it's not just from the beta; it's also from the other fucking game. So they better not do that. Not that my collection is even that big. But imagine if you were like me with Hearthstone, like you've been playing since 2011, and you have like every fucking card in the history of the game. That would be quite a meaningful thing, especially for people who spend money on it and stuff too. So I only have like 6 theme decks, but I love that theme deck format. That's one big thumbs up for the online TCG that I love that most online card games don't have. They have like deck recipes and sort of theme decks that you can use, but there's no format that forces your opponent to use them too. So you'll use that like in Hearthstone, but then you'll get your ass beat by somebody at Diamond 3. League rewards associated with your trainer club account. Further details on what will automatically be populated can be found in the FAQs on the customer service portal. Yeah, because this fucking huge ass paragraph with 100 different things was not adequate for that purpose. If you wish to automatically populate your Pokemon TCG Online, please select Migrate. Once you populate your data, you will not be able to access the online again with this account. So I could just make another account 6 months later, though. That seems like a fair permadeath ratio, because that applies to my first playthrough permadeath for single player games too, right? Like LA Noire, I died in February, so I failed that. So I wasn't allowed to play it then until whatever, like August. So I think that should apply to these type of challenges too. Like chess.com, I failed in April, so then I could start in October. It seems pretty harsh, especially for somebody who streams every day. It does seem like a very, very long time, but I think we can do that. But the only exception will be if for some reason I can't play this, like if they go from beta to out of service, right? Because I do want to keep this in my rotation somehow. I'm so surprised that I never heard about online TCG, though. Being the card game fan that I am, it is surprising. So I won't even do too much today. I just kind of want to see how it works. Just do like a little tutorial stuff. Hopefully it doesn't bog you down too much with like, am I going to lose to Calvin again? Calvin 2.0? I lost to, that should have been a permadeath condition too. I should have failed right there. If you lose to a fucking tutorial NPC, which I did in both Magic and in, because I didn't understand how one of the mechanics worked, like First Strike or whatever. Magic and Pokemon Online, I lost to one of the tutorial NPCs. If you wish to migrate, you can't log in again. If you do not wish to automatically migrate, select Don't Migrate. Continue to TCG Live. If you wish to populate your stuff at a later time, it'll be available from the settings. This is a very cool way to sort of do the implied permadeath thing. The fact that I'm transferring stuff means that account basically gets deleted. So you get a 2-for-1. In a way, I almost don't like doing it because I like to start fresh with a new collection. And imagine a free-to-play player saying that. Like, you're already behind the 8-ball, but I still like to just immerse myself in the deck building and stuff. At least this will make it seem more fair. Not really, though, because people are going to come in with these jacked-out collections, like I said, that they've had since 2011. So it would make it seem more like a level playing field for somebody who, just started playing, but not really. If you want to continue with TCG Online, or if you are involved in official tournament play, yeah, I already failed that official tournament play. Once you populate, you will not be able to access it again. We get it. To continue automatically populating, oh, I wonder if this will take like an hour to do. It really shouldn't. Select Migrate. Yeah, they're just being extra careful. Wait, how does it even know what my account is, though? I didn't even put in my info here. It can just sense what the fuck? Or maybe I logged in already before. Wait, what? One quiet gamer. Wait a second. What happened to my 1,000 tokens, dude? They actually cucked me. Or maybe it translated to this. I guess I don't really care that much, but I was specifically leaving it there for that purpose. Welcome to Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. I like the UI already. Let's customize your look a little. I assigned you a random avatar, but feel free to change it however you like. Go ahead and dress up in your own style. Click the home button when you're done. So show me at least like my theme decks and stuff. Oh, I don't know what it did. It doesn't feel like it actually transferred anything. Maybe this isn't actually the right account. Maybe this is just like a fresh one. How would I even know, I guess? Oh, that's change gender. Customize. You know what? Maybe we should do that. Do like my Terra from Pokemon Y. Because we did, no, it doesn't really feel right in a game like this. What do we got? Just give me like a random one. I don't know. Or they should have ones that kind of mimic characters from the games. Or from the shows or whatever. That sort of semi look like them at least. Customize, customize. That should be like a random slider, but it doesn't. Catchphrases, so there will be emotes at least. Intro and victory. Oh, here we go, dude. Let's get immersed in this. Let's do somewhere in the middle. Let's do like this one. So what do we got? This. Oh, that looks derpy. Big lips. This one. This one. I like somebody who has like a serious expression, which none of these really do. This one looks fine, I guess. Eyes. Ooh, I like that blue. Dark, deep blue. Okay, hair. I like the hat, actually, but it's kind of obscuring the, it's obscuring the fucking, I always like white hair on young characters. It always has, like, a weird effect. I don't know. Not, like, really bright white, though. It could be, or even bright white. Because it's just so unusual and unnatural. You almost never see that on anybody ever. Because you're obviously not going to get it naturally. I almost don't even want glasses. I think I had them in the other game, so we'll go without them here. Let those lovely blue eyes show off. Lenses. What would that mean? It would just change the color? Oh, it's the lenses off the... Oh, maybe there's some cool effect you can do with them. Let's actually see. Like, oh shit, that's actually kind of badass. So they can't see you, but you can see them. So it's perfect to keep like a poker face. Oh shit, I kind of like this. Let's do like, oh, that's sick, dude. That's actually cool. You'll never be able to read into what I'm playing, but my expression is still too happy. You get like a little beanie. I like the customization already. It seems a lot better than... Well, maybe I just didn't have too much stuff there, but they're giving you a lot of good stuff to start off with. I kind of don't even mind the default one in this. Or let's just change to that. I think we had the red one. Hats, tops. Hey, your default loadout is actually pretty cool. I'll just switch to the blue ones, I guess. Bottoms. Makes it almost seem like you'd be walking around, which they should do with one of these games one day. Okay, let's not do the blue one here, though. This is fine. Bottom, shoes. I like the whole psychological effect. I guess this is part of the whole fantasy of why people like stuff like Pokemon. But, like, the way that it felt in Pokemon Y, there was sort of a good RP moment. Like in a lot of my single player games, I don't really roleplay like I used to, like in general, like with creating characters and stuff. But there'll be a few moments, like Dark Souls 2 had like a lot of cool things with the Smelter Demon and the Man Scorpion Tart. So with Terra, my little chibi girl character in Pokemon Y, there was a moment towards the end where you're fighting Team Flare, where there was sort of like this revelation of, it feels so badass to be doing this as this cute little girl who seems so innocent and helpless, but you're not, because you're such a good trainer that you can kick the ass of all these people. So there is a certain thing, like, it wouldn't mean as much as I was just like some badass big guy like Lysandre or whatever, right? There is something to that. So that is sort of like the fantasy of kids, like, who feel maybe like they're so powerless they can't do anything in the world, but this is sort of a world that lets them do that if they're good enough with their Pokemon. If they train them right, if they treat them right, they can overcome, you know, much bigger, stronger people, much more accomplished people even. It's you and me, but victory is my destiny. Win or lose, gaining knowledge is always a victory. I could win with half of my deck tied behind my back. Wait, but then my deck wouldn't be legal. That's pretty good. I'm on a roll. I haven't lost all day. I'm not doing so well. I haven't won all day. You could change this is more like a status thing, like posting to Facebook. I hope I play well. I calculate 99.7% chance of victory for me. Having fun is all that matters, but winning is even more fun. The time has come for us to battle. Do you even splash, bro? I don't even know what that means. Don't you just love Mudkip? These are so specific, though. By that logic, they should have one that references every single Pokemon in existence. It must be some stupid meme or something. We're gonna do this, you and me. I don't know if he's talking to the other trainer or his Pokemon. Always treat your Pokemon with care and compassion. What do you think of my dress? It has pockets. I have a good feeling about my deck. What's your grammar? Because a match spells victory for me. Okay. I play only the coolest basic energy cards. You do get to customize those, kind of like lands in Magic. I just ate a whole bottle of ketchup. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is that? Prepare some kind of joke with Ash Ketchum, maybe, but it doesn't even make sense. Prepare yourself. I'm wearing my comfy shorts. I guess some of these really depend on what you're wearing. I suppose I could use a warm-up round. That's kind of badass. I don't need luck. I can feel it. My lucky star is shining today. I've defeated everyone who's up here at my level. I guess all that's left is you. Okay. ... That kind of suits me. I'm the quiet gamer. Didn't I have to put a number in this? That must have been a different game where they had like a character limit, because I hate doing that. Instead of ONE, I have to put the number 1. I always give my all for every match. They should have like double battles too. Like how they, you know, Pokemon Coliseum being one of my favorite games. One of the only games I've actually beaten in the series. I do understand the hate for it though. Or I could see why people might not like it, because you don't get to wander around and catch Pokemon freely. If they combine that with the rest of the game on top of, you know, catching the shadow Pokemon, and it's just like very, I don't know, the way you can do the tournaments whenever you want kind of, and I think the graphic style I really love. Even to this day, the modern Pokemon don't look quite as good and serious as that one, right? It's not so much about graphics quality, it's sometimes just the style of it. Never underestimate my opponent. Strength is no match for wisdom. It's more important to master the cards you're holding than to complain about the ones your opponent has been dealt. So you're my next opponent. Interesting. When you have lemons, you make lemonade. Shouldn't they have like catchphrases from famous characters in the series that would be better than this? Yeah, speaking of which, are you ready to blast off? I'm like a Magikarp. I don't look tough, but never underestimate what I can become. Good one. The top spot is mine for the taking. So either I'll do this one, which I kind of like, or the quiet one, or I also like the, there was a pretty badass line somewhere here. I forgot. I play only the coolest energy cards. Oh yeah, I could use a warm-up round. That's kind of good. We'll just do the ... So it's like we're playing psychologically into a poker face, aside from his stupid-ass derpy smile, right? You can't see our eyes, so you don't know what we're thinking. We don't say anything, so you can't read into us that way either. So we're just like a blank slate. So that can be sometimes more intimidating than somebody who projects confidence. Little psychology tidbit of the day, right? Somebody who's like boisterous and saying, you know, I can beat you with ease is like overcompensating for something. So that almost shows a sign of weakness. You could just ignore them or brush them off or speak, you know, sort of speak louder back, have a comeback that's just as frightening, and you match them 1-for-1. My shorts are so comfy. What the fuck? And that's the first one too. You win a match, so you say my shorts are so comfy. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? That went better than expected. I guess that's it then. Oh yeah, feel the burn. What an excellent battle. It's not even a pun though. Like, unless you're using an execute or whoever, it's just random. What is this? Looks like you couldn't take the heat. Look, don't feel too bad. Nobody escapes my full blitz. I am the maddest partier in the game. My strikes were just too rapid. A single strike is all it takes for me to win. Don't be mad that you lost. Yeah, this is like when they only put one Pokemon out and they have none on the bench. So you just get fucking destroyed that way. Don't be mad that you lost. Be happy that I won. Like a mind trick. I always play to win. I don't always construct my decks to win though. Once I'm in the game, yeah. I believed in my deck and it believed in me. Heart of the cards. Smart players can play a poor hand well. Thanks for the practice with my new deck. You have a good deck, but that's only half the battle. My brilliant strategy paid off. We must all learn to be gracious in defeat. Thanks for the match. I guess that match speaks for itself. GG. You win some. So these are like predetermined. So I wonder if you'll get to still emote during the game. Maybe not. Master Duel is kind of shitty about that, where it goes from one of the best systems where, you know, you have all these awesome characters, Kaiba and Ishizu, who get all these lines that they can say. Like, you can choose what to say and when, like Hearthstone, to Master Duel, where you don't get to say anything. Not only don't you have the character, but you can't even say generic canned lines like in online TCG. With this, you win some, you lose some, but the important thing is to not give up. On my way to being the very best, smart tactics brought home the win. It's like I had Vistini on my side. I don't know what that is. I'm tweaking my deck to make it even better next time. All right. What's the matter? Persian got your tongue. Looks like you didn't have enough air in your Drifloon. Some of these are really stupid. In fact, I don't like any of these. Give me another ... option is actually the best. GG is good, I guess. Or, yeah, the play speaks for itself. The Hans Niemann. Because that would apply either way, right? Whether you win or lose, it speaks for itself. I don't need to say anything. That is the closest to a ... as you can get. Okay, so I don't mind any of this. ... Of course, I won't keep it like that forever. It's going to get boring after a while. So why do I have that picture there? Are they going to have actually the one thing I kept complaining about? An actual proper ranking system? Even though I would have been stuck at bronze and silver the whole time probably. That's not the point, right? You would win or lose games in like the ranked regular play mode, but it wouldn't show any progress. Even if you win 100 in a row, it doesn't show that you're like a higher rank or that anything's changed. Kind of stupid. So it seems like it cost me all my coins, which doesn't make really any sense at all. I don't even know if this is the same account. It almost seems like it's not. Like, I don't know how it knew what account to migrate, first of all. So these all open up links. I'm just testing them, I guess, to see, except for the inbox. I hate that in games. It's so immersion breaking. Show me something in the game or make it clear that it's a link. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Inbox. I like the UI, though. It's very clean. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be too loud, then. Doesn't really seem like it. That's why it was so quiet. This is really nice ambient music in the background. Battle options. Mouse over card for info. English. Okay. Resolution is actually wrong. 1920 by 1080 is good. Delete account. Yeah, delete the other one, not this one. I like how conspicuous they make that. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't even know what these currencies are. So that's basically retarded. They took away my 1,000 fucking thing. Shop, battle pass. I mean, I guess you can use both, right? It shouldn't reset my customization. I want to make one that kind of looks like the chick from Pokemon Y, but I don't know how to really do that. There's just something so, like, harmless looking about her, but then she fucking destroys everybody. I don't have any decks, even though I guess it didn't migrate that, but it's, well, then what does that mean even? Like, it should have migrated my collection. Wait, poses? How come I didn't see that before? I guess I was so enamored by the catchphrases I didn't even bother to look. Be something very laid back. Not that. Not that. Even that's kind of dickish. They all kind of suck. Well, you can do the same one for victory? I'll just do that then. I'm just so aloof and laid back. Let's learn how to read a Pokemon card and how to power up for an attack. Skip this battle, skip all battles. I kind of want to skip it, but we may as well just do it, I guess. 1 out of 6. Maybe that's why it's not letting me see my collection and stuff. We may as well, in the tradition. Let's see if Calvin kicks my butt again. See all the UI and stuff. It's already starting me with like power creep dog shit. Welcome to your first battle. I'm going to teach you the basics of using your Pokemon's attack. Click on the Charizard V in the active spot. This is a basic Pokemon. Not really, though. It's a fucking V jacked out. These cards can be played directly from your hand to the bench. Yeah, and 220 is an average basic Pokemon value in this day and age, at least. So for 3, Claw Slash, 80. For 4, 220, which is pretty crazy. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This is your Pokemon's HP. If it loses it all, it gets knocked out. Every attack has energy requirement. Your Pokemon already has enough energy attached, so let's go for an attack, even though the game just started. Oh, I like the way it's presented a lot, though. It is pretty good. There must be something wrong with this game that, you know, it's hardly anybody was playing it on Twitch or whatever. Maybe just because it's in beta, but... So, if we put the last energy, we can just destroy him. It requires 1 more energy, drag it onto him, sure. I don't know what these are, like fusion fucking cards or what? Oh, these are the prize cards. I'm stupid. I'm just used to them being out on the field. You can only have 1 Pokemon out at a time, so all this extra space is basically for nothing, or for like the graveyard and stuff. By taking your final prize card, you win the match, but this is actually misrepresenting it that way too, because you don't win because you're taking the final prize card. You have 2 left. You actually won because he doesn't have any Pokemon on the bench. Most of the time you get 1 prize card, but oh, because it's a V. I stand corrected. I'm really not a big fan of that mechanic. I still don't fully understand how prize cards work, because what if like all of your stage 2 evolutions or something are in your prize card pool? It must have some way of not doing that in the short battle. But if you only have 1, then what if the 1 is in there too? I'll teach you about trainer cards and how to evolve. Like, I already know all this shit, dude. At least it's kind of quick and to the point, I guess. I'm not even gonna... Well, I probably should, but... Evolution Incense, trainer cards... Yeah, fuck this shit, dude. I know what I'm doing. Even though I just got my ass beat in tournaments, that's a little bit different than knowing how these mechanics work. That is kind of shocking, though, how hard it is to... Not only does he have more HP, but it also has more powerful attacks. And it, like, removes status effects and stuff, too. Don't forget to charge it up with more energy. First, I want to show you something. Select it. His kick requires 2 fire and 1 energy of any type. Even water, even though that's his weakness, too. When you see the energy symbol, okay, go give it. I love this moment, like, where they don't have any other Pokemon on the bench. Is that really going to be it for the tutorial? You get the 1 and only prize card. You have to confirm it. Ooh, I love all this UI, though. This is actually pretty nice. Special conditions and weakness are 2 important things to keep in mind. Yeah, I often don't consider those very much. And they're kind of oversimplified in this game, too. You would want to switch out, I guess, and do this for 70. But you can't even do it. That might even be better just to do this. Oh, it's the fact that he's gonna just kill me. Your turn. So maybe you should just put the energy on this guy, or you're gonna be able to evolve it. My B-Draw. Oh, this was my fucking ace card in the... Or, I mean, my ace Pokemon in Pokemon Y, speaking of which. Poisoned is just 1 special condition. You'll discover others that keep you playing Pokemon TCG Live. 1 way to remove special conditions from your Pokemon is to get them out at the active spot. Use switch, swap. Why would it even make you do this if you... Right, you migrated your account. Switch your Pokemon to the bench. How do you... Oh, okay. Yeah, for no retreat cost. Take a closer look at my Beedrill. Since my Beedrill has a weakness, it'll do double damage, but it still won't be enough to kill it. Right? Like, it only has the 1 fire. Even if you were to put... Oh, you're going to evolve it, like I said. Yeah, that misrepresents. I could have put the energy on first. It doesn't matter. Cinder Race. Pre-20? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, but that's because it's showing the double effect. I guess that kind of makes it easier. But even 160 is pretty fucking good for only 2. Wait, what? Oh, is he going to introduce the fact that I win just because he has nothing on the bench too? Because they didn't explain that. No bench Pokemon for backup. Many Pokemon have abilities as well as attacks. Yeah, this is kind of busted sometimes, like Dragonite. Just like you can have it sit on the bench. Jirachi. Not only Pokemon attacks, but they have some abilities that you can use on top of the attack. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, like attacking ability won't end your turn, unlike attacking. If this is in the active spot, you may look at the top 2 cards, put one into your hand, which of course is going to be the exact card that I need. Another useful trainer card, okay. Boss's orders, like Giovanni. Let's you switch one of your bench Pokemon into the active slot. Remember what I taught you about weakness? Seems like we might take note of each of the things on our benches. But this will force him to switch too. Or it'll just, wait, what? It'll just switch his. Since we know that the Cinderace will be good against it. Okay. Yeah, that can be a very bad mechanic sometimes. Just having to retreat out for giving up energy. It's almost never worth it. You'd rather just let it die most of the time. I like how it almost does enough to kill him anyway without that. Right? Like you're just fucking overkilling him for nothing. All prize cards taken, and he has nothing on the bench too, the ultimate. Let's learn about how different cards can work together to cause all kinds of effects. Some of the worst mechanics in the Pokemon games to actually use are like poisons and stuff, and I even did that in Y to like make it an extra hard mode. You are not really, that's why. I just felt like it was unique, but you know, it's so much single target combat that it's almost not even worth it until the end game at least. You already have a Pokemon ready in the active slot. Go ahead and swing for a big attack. You can do 230. Yeah, I don't like all these high values, but what is the effect going to be? I didn't even read it. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Of course, you'll switch out. Stadium cards are a special type of trainer card that can... Oh, I didn't even know it was a trainer card. That can affect the entire match. My training court lets me get the energy I need from the discard pile. Training court. Yeah, we didn't see too many stadiums in the whole... Give me one like the Steel of Orichalcos. Increases all damage you do but by 50 or something. Lucky you. You can do 60 to the bench. Now I can just switch out, I'm sure, is going to be the right thing. Thanks to my Crushing Hammer, you don't even have enough energy to attack. However, even though I used it, I can use it as well. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Stadium cards have all sorts of useful effects. I feel like most of them wouldn't work in... Well, I guess maybe they would. Or like you both get to use them. Air Balloon. Let's examine it. Powerful attack, but it has a drawback. You can't attack during the next turn, even if you have enough energy. Your Pokemon in play has both positive and negative effects to them. Click on these buttons to learn exactly what is happening to your Pokemon. Negative effects. Just like special... Okay, this is kind of spoon feeding it a bit too much. Once per turn, you may look at the top 3 cards. Any number of energy there to your Pokemon. You don't even really have to do that, though. Air Balloon is a Pokemon tool card, which means it can be attached to a Pokemon. Its effect, we didn't see too much of that either. Like just tool cards in general. A green arrow appeared on him because it reduces retreat cost to 0. Do you want me to switch out just to do what exactly? Do you see? Oh, now we can use the ability on him, I guess, to attach energy, I guess. Wait, why you keep switching just to re-switch? What the fuck are you doing? He's just clowning around, dude. We could have done that in the first place. What the fuck are you up to? 460. What did that accomplish? Why are we getting 3 anyway? What? What was that, like a super V that doesn't give you 2 but instead 3? I don't think there is such a thing. Time to apply everything you've learned in a full battle. Yeah, it didn't give me any of my cards or anything. What the fuck happened? Heads or tails? It'd be like rock, paper, scissors, like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! I always like that. Your opponent 1 is deciding who goes first. Yeah, which one is more fair, objectively? Rock, paper, scissors, or a coin? I feel like coins are kind of subjective because the way somebody flips it can technically have an impact. Like in some sports thing, a scandal will come out like, this guy practices his whole life to secretly, you know, determine the outcome of a coin toss perfectly. To begin any match, blah, blah, blah. Your only option is this V shit with 200 plus HP. Drag the basic Pokemon to the bench. Will I be able to do the permadeath thing, the permadeath tutorial, without losing to a fucking Calvin or somebody? At least we didn't have to face Calvin this time. So 4 prize cards is kind of misrepresenting how that works. Unless there are only going to be 4 prize cards here, which in a normal game, I don't think there will be though. So his bench is pretty fucking weak. I'd like to show you something. Use a quick ball in your hand. Use a card to discard. In order to do what though? Couple of things. First, you can always use this opportunity to look at the rest of your deck. Advanced players use this to figure out what their prize cards is. Oh shit, that's actually a good piece of advice. Like Crobat. Look at the degenerate power creep that they're showing you. Like, oh, you won't be able to use these cards as a free-to-play player for a while, or you won't have too many of them, or whatever. Or you won't want to play because it's just boring power creep bullshit. But that's all I have to show you. Good luck. You're going to have to do some super specific stupid strategy. Would you like to use Dark Asset? When you play it from your hand onto the bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. Heart of Sanctity effect. We can put this down too. Why not? You're going to have like a million abilities that you can just do every turn regardless. Once per turn, you may switch a card in your hand with the top card in your deck. Guess I can get rid of this since I already have one here. Coatling. Oh, and that would be cool if you had 2 of these, because you can maybe only use the same effect of one thing per each turn, but if you could use both, then you can guarantee that if you don't like the card you switched it with, you could get it back. You have 39 fucking minutes for a game here. That's too much. Marnie makes me think of isn't that the Allison Williams character in Girls? Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. I guess I don't need to do that yet. The retreat cost is reduced to 2 less. So I can't really do anything with this. Once per turn, you can look at the top 3 cards, put any number of energy on there. Oh, maybe I fucked myself a little bit with that. Opponent's turn, so your turns end automatically. I kind of like games that don't do that, right? Because what if I want to think about my next move after making my move and still milk the clock a little bit? I have as much time as I want. Like, some of these look kind of derpy. I guess it's just glossy. I should be able to use my time however I want. Snorlax. He looks kind of tiny. The Allison Williams card. She's doing that fucking Megan now. We did like an aesthetic ranking on actors and actresses, and she was like one of the top picks. Like, her face is just so photogenic, was the conclusion. Your Steel Pokemon do 20 damage more to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is fine. Discard your card. Discard, draw. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench ones. I kind of don't want to do that though. Oh, this could actually be a little bit difficult to do. Come on, you gotta have at least one fucking energy here. It's kind of confusing when you see the top is... Oh, shit. I'm playing this actually pretty badly. But he's not really doing much offensive stuff here. Why do they seem kind of low res when they come out in the middle there? It seems kind of blurry. Doesn't it? Why does it look shitty there? It looks fine when you zoom in there. This is kind of like low budget. They look fine every other place on the board. 120, but he doesn't actually have any offensive capabilities. I guess my energy management isn't the greatest. I kind of just want to do this. Like, first of all, his retreat cost is too much, so I'll do this. And then I can keep using these abilities, but... why does it make it seem like I can do that? Once per turn, you may switch a card from your hand with the top in the deck. Retreat. Yeah, there's starting to be too many fucking abilities with all these fucking crazy things. This is more like a stage 2 evolution type of thing. What's the problem? Do it. Oh, you have to drag it like that. You can't just fucking do it manually. 230, so that'll be enough to kill it. And then we'll figure out what kind of crazy shit he's got on the bench. Of course, there's all this V-Star dog shit. Oh, you don't get 2 for that one. So, up, down, status effect of some kind. I forget what it is now. Has no weakness. This Pokemon cannot use its attack. So we should see what kind of collection we have. I don't even mind starting fresh, but at least in principle, it did say it was migrating, so I don't know what the fuck happened. Maybe it was just saying that because... What is that line? Capacious bladder. That's whenever I hear the word capacious, that's what I think of. It's from some fucking meme video or joke video. 160, so that's fine. We have no weakness. We can hit him for 230, but then I have to stack up energy on the bench. Too much of this fucking mad shit. I do like this steel type though, because it's very resistant to stuff. Although I guess this one's weak. I don't get why. This should be the same thing as that. They're both steel. Wait, why does it say it has no weakness then? What the fuck? Discard a special energy 130 or 70. These are actually kind of weak by comparison. I kind of need something along the lines of just energy here. I think I only decked out like once or twice, and it was kind of by my own doing. I kind of just forgot about it. I don't need more energy on here. I want to try to get one of these stacked out. During your next turn, your Pokemon can attack. Is it even worth doing that? I guess it is, because even if something else dies, it's kind of like... I'm kind of just putting dog shit out there, because... You could also just... No, it doesn't let you retreat more than once. Put a hand card from your hand into the deck. Don't really care what that is. A lot of these cards I haven't really seen, though. Not because they're new, necessarily. Although some of them could be. Attach... What does it say? Attach it to your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Yeah, try to get this guy ready. So we can save this for a 230 attack. Oh, this is kind of nuts. So now they'll both be kind of ready to go. Gets plus 50 health except for GX. I guess that'll survive a little bit longer. The problem is 230 won't even be enough to deal with this shit. So what does it want me to do? Once per turn, you may look at the top 3 cards. This is how you can kind of deck yourself out, because of the simple fact that attach up to 1 energy. Oh, I chose not to do it by clicking OK. What a great fucking tooltip. You can attach at least 1 energy. Okay. Oh, you can't. You're supposed to say no, or you're supposed to drag it. Yeah, that's one issue in the beta. Beta testing advice. Make these cards look higher res like they do here when they're actually played in the middle of the board. Why does it look so shitty out there? I guess he doesn't have as much firepower as I thought. Okay, so we put another one of these down. Or actually, let me use that ability again. Then I can always switch out. It doesn't actually show his attack there when I'm doing that. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. I don't understand what happened. Why did that end the fucking turn? I was just using an ability that you can use no matter what. Whatever, you can't fucking lose this, can you? I'll switch out, I'll do the 230 thing, and then you'll probably kill it. The problem is most of the stuff is just too weak. Wait, so I guess I can't do anything to this. I just have to go retreat. I'm surprised you didn't kill this in all that time. So it wants you to drag a lot of stuff, not click it. 460, which is totally unnecessary. But you don't have another attack. So sometimes these top end things are good, but they're not good against a higher number of shit. We should be almost guaranteed to kill this, but not really. So I have 110 left, and he's not really using this guy very effectively. 160 does 60 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. With no downside either. For just 3. Yeah, I'm actually gonna fucking deck him out. How did that happen? I don't feel like he drew that many cards. That's actually going to be our win condition before we just win outright. My turn. So what is this guy's best attack for 3? You get to do a decent amount of damage at least. Cape of Toughness. You wouldn't be able to put, I guess, more than that. So we could switch out with this. Obviously, because the retreat cost is going to be way too high. I just love how these are basic type Pokemon. It's so stupid. How is this basic? They have like 200 fucking plus health and stuff. Quick Ball, don't really care. Let's just do 130, discard a card. Or wait, what? What does it say? Discard a special... Oh, from your opponent's active Pokemon, which he didn't even have one. Yeah, I kind of want him to deck out, just in principle. Just to... Oh, he's going to do it to himself, though. I just win. What the fuck is this? I guess they don't expect it to go this long, or we're kind of just tutorializing the mechanic of being able to deck out, which he totally did to himself. Oh, no, he put some shit back in there. Never mind. Oh, that'd be a sexier way to win this final tutorial boss. Birdkeeper, don't really care too much. We can still do this, so he'll be down to 1 prize card, so I basically can't lose either way. Although that 320 could kind of cuck me a little bit. Or wait, we get both? Why do we get both? Oh, because it's like a V-star shenanigans. Never mind, I cucked myself from winning like that, but it would have still taken a while. So he decked himself out, but then he decided to no active decks. Because you finished the tutorials, you've already completed some stuff you need to do. Let's head over to the Battle Pass to learn about quests. Sword and Shield, Silver Tempest, Battle Pass. Welcome to the Battle Pass. That's one of the best things that Master Duel does, is it lets you buy the Battle Pass with in-game currency without having to pay real money. Most games force you to do that. Because you completed a tutorial, you've already completed a quest. Go ahead and tap it. One of the stupidest mechanics in these games, where you have to tap stuff to get the reward. They try to addict you to a fucking mobile game psychological contrivance. Every time you complete a quest, you'll earn either crystal, climb up in the battle pass. Yeah, what about my 1,000 fucking coins that you took from me from my other account? Actions you take in battle also help you earn experience towards the next tier, so the more you play, the further you progress. You can redeem the reward, collect rewards, receiving rewards very slowly. Credits. Now, are those the ones that I was owed? Lugia, but not just a regular Lugia, a V. Oh shit, I wanted to see him. Aren't these ones that like I had? How could he give me this shit? This much shit. It wouldn't even let me scroll down. Learning the basics, blah blah blah. You can exchange crystals for a premium pass. Oh, so maybe it will let me do that. I forget how it worked in online TCG actually. That's not all you can do with your hard-earned crystals. Let's go visit the shop. What happened to my collection, dude? You're going to want more cards. You're gonna want more cards to give you more options on building decks. Let's get a booster pack. I'd be more... Oh, did they get rid of theme decks? Because I don't see any reference to that here. That would suck. The one thing... So they'll add one thing that I like. It's like when they release a new phone. They'll get rid of a feature you liked and add a new one that you wanted. So you're forced to just keep buying on the treadmill indefinitely. Like, they got rid of theme decks, let's say, but then they added crafting. Like, what the fuck? Why can't we have both? I don't even want to fucking do this shit. I guess I don't even care about my collection, but just in principle, it would be kind of a good way to segue. This is kind of a lot faster, the way it lets you cycle through these. Great, you got Stacy and V. I wonder if that's actually scripted to get. It probably is. Actually, like a fucking broken shop system. That should never be the case. Like, it's one thing if it just gives you a pack, but you actually bought that one. It kind of misrepresents. The deck is where you create decks. Rapid Strike. This is not stuff that I made, though. I've taken the liberty of giving you a bunch of great decks. Now, let's test if they're actually great or not. I want to show you quickly how we can make that deck even better. Edit deck. Now for a quick tour. Section of the deck editor is currently what's in your deck. This is your card library. Let's add another V's ACN so you have a better chance of drawing it during a match. Drag it from the library into the deck. But this is... Oh, this is the library. Okay, I get it. It almost feels like it should be the opposite. This should be the deck and this should be the library. You can only have 60 cards in total. Remove an energy. Really, only 16. Only 15. Hit the back button. That's not like Magic at all, where you have like fucking 25 lands or something. How many energy do we normally have? I feel like it's 20 plus. To use your upgraded deck, make sure to set it to active. But I guess a lot of mechanics kind of give you energy anyway from different places. As you can see, it is now ready for battle. I kind of don't want to use it, but I want to show you one last thing. Right now, you're in ranked mode. In this mode, you can compete with other players to increase your rank. Okay, so this gets the thumbs up. The fact that they actually add some semblance of a fucking ranking system. Oh, shit. That's why I have that. I was wondering. Click your rank to see how high you've reached in the ladder. Make sure you collect prizes as you reach new levels. There might even be something waiting for you right now. If you aren't feeling competitive... You can play ranked or casual, blah, blah, blah. At this low level, though, the difference is almost negligible. Sometimes it'll be easier even in ranked, like at bronze, than it would be in casual, because it might be some tryhard legend player testing something out in casual because they don't want to risk their rank. Have fun. December 2022 ladder. 500 credits for what though? Is he gonna show me like my whole collection that I should have? Welcome to Quick League. So I am happy with that at least, because even if I don't get anywhere with it, it's fun to... I don't know what that means. Is that like showing you how high the ranks would go? Wait, that's way too many though. What the fuck? How can there be that many? Ends in 3 weeks, 0 days. Quick League. You go from Togepi to Cleffa to Riolu to Pichu to Pikachu to Score Bunny to Snubbull to Bulbasaur to Greninja to Houndoom. We saw that a lot with Team Flare. Alakazam, one of my favorites. Umbreon from Coliseum. Corviknight, Charizard. As Elf is really above fucking Charizard. Ho-Oh, Necrozma, Lugia. They really like Lugia, man. We see so many references. Mewtwo, Deoxys I remember liking, although I forget exactly what they do. Victini. Is this really deserving of this high of a spot? Shaman and Mew. And then Arceus. I assume this is like the order in which you like would rank up. So this would be like legend rank and stuff. Imagine if it's like a procedural ladder, like you can get up no matter what. So it's like a reward track, just the amount that you play. You don't actually have to win, or you don't have to like fight where you win one, and lose rating. Play at least 5 standard matches to ladder and rewards. That's kind of like how you earn the monthly card backs in Hearthstone. So I don't like his fucking smile, but I can't change that. Casual mode standard. Well, how about casual mode unlimited? Will not affect your rating. You can complete quests and rewards except for rank points. You can choose to play in standard or expand it. Oh yeah, that's what I would want to do. The standard format consists of cards with D and E regulation marks, as well as any future regulation marks that may yet be released. Expanded beta. Well, the whole fucking game is beta. I don't know why games shy away from that too. Like, that is always my format. The whole fun of a game, especially one that's been out for a long time, is that you can combine every card in the history of the game. And sure, you might create some busted, overpowered mechanics, but it's just part of the fun. You want to see some unique stuff. You don't want to just see the same dog shit meta decks that people are currently using right now. Or even if you do, at least you have other options. I just don't think I have anything. It didn't actually transfer. I actually almost want to test. It doesn't seem like it migrated the account at all. Maybe I should try again. But then I have the correct name, so how would that work? I don't know what the hell they did. What the fuck did it migrate? This is all fine. This is fine. So there are no theme decks. I just want to understand the sort of mental deficiency that this company has with these games. They take something that was good and they remove it, and then they'll add something else that's good instead of keeping both. So they're basically just very, very stupid. What is that? It's actually fucking... What? Oh, it's trying to like scan a QR code or something. I didn't even know my webcam is turned on. That's kind of weird. How it just automatically does it without asking permission or anything. That's fucking creepy, actually. I've never had that happen where a game can just bypass any sort of permissions and just... Okay. Oh, that'd be like an inadvertent face cam reveal, except it's not, because I can just... Like, I have it on my TV, so it's... My computer's at a different angle. So I'm even protecting against that. Like how Mark Zuckerberg puts a tape over his fucking... whatever, his webcam. So, I'm confused about the theme deck idea. I don't think there are theme decks. I don't really know. Or at least there's no format for it. There's just regular and unlimited. It's possible they could add it later. So let me look at the simple fact that you have to scan like a QR code or some dumb shit. What else was I curious about? I guess I'm just curious about my collection. Like... I'm so confused. Create a deck. for standard format. Import a deck from your clipboard. How about don't create it for standard format? Create it for expanded format. How would you change that? Deck customization, validate deck. What, it won't let me create something for fucking... Oh shit, they have a lot more customization options here than we saw before. Card sleeves. Ooh, I love this one. Coins. Of course, some of these I should... Oh, no, it is. It is showing me that I have some of these. I wonder how that works. Right, because I wouldn't have this coin if I owned. Okay, so at least that proves that it really did copy that shit over. So what would that mean? Like, how would I see the cards that I actually have? And how do you create like an unlimited deck? Are you sure? Exit. Deck is invalid. Follows the rules of standard format. What if I don't want it to be in standard format though? Go valid only. New deck canceled, done. Deck customization transferred to wild format. That's just always what I'll call it. Deck customization, test deck, duplicate, export, delete. Edit deck. Why won't they let me 309 cards. I don't think all those cards are included. Maybe a lot of them were older. That's really weird. I don't know how the fuck you play and expand it. Yeah, obviously everything should be in expanded, so why would it even need to say that? Once you create the deck on the selection screen, you'll be able to switch between standard and expanded. Oh, okay. How do I get out of this thing? So like this one is standard. So let's say I wanted to, let me copy it, duplicate. So now this one's created. So now if I change it, that active, export. I wonder how active this game actually is. It didn't seem like it was that active, but I guess you can't judge everything by Twitch. Like how many people are streaming it on Twitch. But like more people were still playing online TCG than playing this, even though this just like came out. Standard, expand. So you could play it in expanded, but what if you wanted to put a card that, oh, I think I get it. There is nothing that's going to be expanded only because this just came out maybe. So they are maybe stuck in like an endless loop of a standard format. So maybe expanded doesn't matter right now, I guess. Or maybe they just want to not let you do that. X and Y, black and white. I forget like how old that is from. Like when this came out in online TCG, but it's definitely not the oldest one that they had. There's only like a few seasons in there. See where it says set active. Once you switch to expanded and press set active, and it will pass to expanded. Standard rank. Oh shit, I don't want to do that. Wait, how did I even switch before? I think you have to go in. Oh, so there maybe is no ranked. You have to only play in standard and ranked. I guess I don't care right now anyway, but... So how do I see, like, I just want to see, like, what did I actually get from my collection? Because it doesn't seem like a whole lot. And how would I know even, like, what I actually start with? Because I had a pretty big amount of stuff that I got. Okay, like, this was one of the theme decks. So I could recreate one of those theme decks, at least in part. Assuming that they'd even be good. But unfortunately, there is no theme deck format that's going to force them to use a theme deck too. I definitely had a lot more than this. Like, what happened to all the Charizard stuff, for example? This is kind of unclear. Maybe some of that's too old. One of them was like one of the newest ones, though, too. Let's see. Can you search by text? 309 cards. Search card library. In fact, I had both of the Charizards. So one of them isn't in there. The one that damages itself to put 2 energy on it from the deck. Your cards are on the library section. Press all cards. Valid deck. Yeah, this should be all cards, I think. It doesn't seem like you can actually... Oh, you have to do that again. 309. It definitely had way more than that, so I don't know how they determine it. Some of them could just be older and random shit. Okay, let's just get our ass beat by somebody. Or maybe I should just make my own, though, still. It seems like they're really stressing these... Okay, let's just make something hodgepodge. Put all the V-Star stuff that I can fit in there. Even in the tutorial, they're showing me that V-Star stuff. Like, it's so dirty. I love ones that would have just the base energy requirement only, though. Does 30 more for each energy attached to this. If you did any damage with this attack, you may attach up to 3 energy from your discard pile to this. That's pretty good, actually. We could just recreate the Charizard thing. I wouldn't even mind doing that. Like, 1, 2, 1. What would be the point in putting 3 of these if you... Oh, no, there were 3. 3, 2. This is not going to be very good, though. The older cards are turned to coins so you can create new cards. Yeah, I do like that they put a crafting system at least. Does that mean you're not allowed to? No, you must be able to. It must mean you can only put 2 at max, I guess. Like a limited thing. Not a big fan of this V-Star stuff. What else do I have? But if they have only like base... Here, I'll just like recreate the fucking theme deck that I was using for so long. Or you know what? Maybe we should just try. I'll just pretend like one of these is a theme deck. Because I don't even know what's in them anyway. There's going to be standard, ranked. Those are 2 welcome additions that there actually is a proper ranked mode. Or at least it should. Oh, look, he's doing the ... too. He's going to be using some crazy busted try-hard meta deck, I bet. That means you have all the cards. You don't have all the cards. Your opponent won the coin flip and is deciding who goes first. Bacon Knight. Oh, you can't do emotes, but you can do like literal emojis. Why is he taking so long, dude? Yeah, they have a crafting system and they have the ranking system, which are good, but they got rid of the theme deck thing. Okay, so we have this V-Star. You can play this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand, draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. I guess I don't have a choice with that. Just these health values are so fucking nuts. Like you get a stage 2. Oh, here's a perfect opportunity to just win on turn 1. I love when they can't fill up their bench with anything. Withdraw. Flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. I kind of hate effects like that, like the Ponyta, where she just becomes immune for like 5 turns in a row. That was one of the most triggering things ever. Thanks for the follow, Tizart. It gives you the base for a good Lugia deck. Lugia has almost the full deck list for the meta. Okay. Hat to the peak. Pokemon with a rule box in play. Both you and your opponents have no abilities. V, GX, and have rule boxes. Wait, what the fuck happened? Why is it my opponent's turn? I didn't even take that long. It did that before, too, in the tutorial. I might have missed the chance to just win there, too, because he's gonna... Fuck. He didn't have anything. I was just trying to read the damn card. I must have hit something without realizing it, I guess. Just by spam clicking, maybe. What happened? It's not like I could have timed out. You have 24 minutes. Although maybe there's still a per turn time limit. He took longer on the coin flip than I took that whole turn. There's a time limit on your turns, like roping, but I didn't see it, I guess. I had such an easy chance to win there because this would have done 10 plus 30. Yeah, I would have just killed him. What the fuck? It would have been too easy, though, so I didn't want it. 160. I don't even have anything on my bench. Let me try to see, where is that? You have like 5 seconds? What the fuck? Use cards to discard. Okay. I don't even know what a lot of these cards do, so I don't really have the comfort to just learn it. Heal 20 damage to your active Pokemon. So does that really mean my turn would end if that happened? That's very punishing. 10 seconds each turn? What the fuck is this? Fucking speed bullet chess? Put this here. And it gives you like 24 minutes as an overall measure, so I really can't even do much of anything. Oh, you can just replace their fucking field spell though. 300, so at least you have a lot of buff cards here. Yeah, I see it, but I'm kind of shocked by how short that is. That's very unusual. If it hits 0, your turn ends. I've never seen that in any of these card games. 10 seconds per fucking turn. Or like at least per move. Every time you play a card, it resets. 13 seconds. It even shows you their timer. So we barely kept it alive. Heal 80 damage from... Wow, this is like a very healing focused deck. But of course it's necessary because apparently you only have one fucking Pokemon in the whole thing. Can I get something else to put on the bench? Just may as well do everything because I don't have time to even read it. I don't understand why they're putting such a time pressure on you. I don't know why those are so low res either. Apparently you can just keep playing that over and over. Or I don't know what the condition is. Oh, if you keep flipping a coin, you get it back. It's going to be a grim patron moment. I won't even have enough time. Oh, it keeps resetting though, at least. Look at this kind of cheese mechanic, dude. Just keep doing it. No downside. RNG the game. Yeah, that was so frustrating that Ponyta got like that invincibility 5 turns in a row. And so I was winning the game. It was over, and then he just fucking cucks me with that. It's so stupid. What is going on, dude? Of course, I didn't get any energy, and I don't have any other Pokemon either. Oh, I should keep using the ability. Whenever you attach an energy... Oh, it's just automatic. May have attach up to 3, which is important because it'll do 30 more damage for each. It is an automatic, right? Whenever you attach an energy, it recovers from all special conditions. I do love this, how defensive minded this deck is. This is like a priest deck. But yeah, he's got some pretty good shit now. I love how I've survived this long even with one thing. Apparently you don't have any other Pokemon just in this deck at all. It's not like I even made this. Switch one of your Pokemon with one of your bench. Or no, that's your opponent. Oh shit, I forgot about the time limit. Not a very friendly way to learn. Because yeah, a lot of these cards either I haven't seen or I just don't know what they do in general. Obviously that one we've seen a million times. But whatever, just play it. Put something in your hand, get a potion. Or I guess I didn't. Blissful Blast for 100, so it'll kill this at least. I can't believe I gave up that chance to win so easily. Fuck. I'm so under... This is really like playing bullet chess. Yeah, I just don't understand. I guess I'll do a round robin. I'll go through each because of Stadium. That ability won't work. I see. Pokemon with a rule box play. Both you and your opponents have no abilities. Okay. He can easily just kill me. Or I guess not. Wow, he's really giving me a chance despite how shitty this has been. Pokegear is one supporter card. Alistair. Draw 3 cards. Okay. Finally, we at least get something. Use up to 3 cards to discard. Okay. Oh, I should keep that. Fine, why don't we get rid of those? Keep all the defensive stuff. Maybe we'll get lucky with the icy pop thing again. Like 10 in a row. I'm not the biggest fan of these type of mechanics, but it is what it is. This should heal for like 80. Wow, they just can't fucking kill this thing, no matter what. Why the fuck can't I do it? Yes. Oh, because he already has it. Fine, I'll put it on there then. So we can still attack for a decent amount here, 100. At least we have that cushion of having something on the bench, but... Oh, this does get kind of crazy, though. What the fuck? So, as long as he can't kill it here, which he might not be able to. Maybe this deck is a little better than I'm giving it credit for, but... I would still put a few more basic Pokemon in there just to not have to worry if this dies that you just lose automatically. That was kind of like my playstyle in a lot of the Pokemon games. Like, I would... You know, do status effects, and I would have, like, really tanky stuff. Like, Azumarill. Where like you would just sit there and heal and watch them die. So this is kind of very impressive to me. And normally it's not a very good way to play the games, at least, but this thing is just gonna tear through every fucking Pokemon he has. He's actually resigning. He can't deal with fucking Blissey. 500 damage done, MVP. I love games that have like MVP mechanics. Like in NBA 2K, they used to do that. Like whoever, they would always do like a little clip show at the end. Opponent conceded. Yeah, see, I was just toying with him because I didn't want him to lose that early. I guess I'll keep going with that one until I lose with it. Level 2 achieved. Okay. Collect rewards. Just spams you with shit. Good game, thanks. Blissey V, it's a great deck, really. But does it have, like, no Pokemon in it at all? I should actually check. Like, I'm just curious now, because we only got 2 the whole game. 4 of those, I can't blame you, 2. And that's it. Nothing else. What? That is kind of high risk, though. If something goes wrong, right, you could just get benched out very easily. Are all of your important Pokemon in the discard pile? Use an ordinary rod to shuffle them back. You can edit it. Yeah, I don't really feel like I have too much stuff to really improve it right now, though. A lot of the stuff I had before probably isn't going to be that good anyway. Because even within the theme decks, it's mostly just like older cards, or there wasn't a lot of V-Star type stuff. Which is actually kind of weird, because even the more recent theme decks were like the most recent one didn't have any of those kind of mechanics in there. So those cards must not be good in standard play anyway. Right, with all like the newer power creep and stuff. Add some tanky Pokemon. Yeah, that would be. In fact, 250 isn't even that tanky relative to some of the ones we see with like 320 and stuff. Which I think I do have. Yeah, just summon one and just let me beat it down. So that effect is very good. Does 30 more damage for each energy attached to it. Lugia. But he's going to be very slow to be effective here. So he'll absorb 50 more from that. What does this even do? I guess I don't have a ton of time to read it, so I won't worry about it. First turn, so you can't do anything. That would always confuse me. Because it's like, oh, they put a monster down. It must be turn 2. But obviously, they just do it by default. Now, you can't evolve that. Yeah, why does it look so choppy there when it comes out to the middle? Read the win. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. I'm shocked by this. What a weird concept, but I love it. Okay, we'll put a second one on there so we can hit him for 60. And you can rely on the RNG of the lucky ice pop, which we got super lucky for a time there. See, he's dead next turn if he doesn't summon anything else. That's it. It's pretty shocking that he would be so limited too. Maybe his deck is similar. No, but that proves he has a stage 1 evolution because... Or, I mean, the basic for this. Because otherwise, why would he put that in his hand? Pretty cool card back. You can fuck around with their deck. Oh shit, this is making it look too easy. 110, yeah. Huh. So maybe these people aren't as crazy tryhards as I thought they would be. I thought I would have to play casual or something. Yeah, it doesn't even matter about the prize cards. This is my favorite way to win, is just not them having nothing on the bench. Which maybe you should make like a... Yeah, why fix it if it isn't broken? We'll just keep doing it with this one. Like I should have something that attacks their bench a lot. There's some poison related stuff, I guess, that does that, or even that thunderous guy. I'm sure there's better ways to do it. Or there's some abilities that just let you target whatever the fuck you want, like Mew, right? Just attach 4 damage counters for 1 energy to anything on the field, any way that you want. That's like a ridiculous effect. Your opponent chose a coin flip. Oh yeah, what coin did I even choose? Because I do have some to customize. And you get to see it a lot because of this ice pop. Maybe I will try to play a little bit more meta-ish here, since it feels like a fresh new game. Although for me that was kind of new anyway, but I always try to resist the meta and just kind of do whatever the fuck I want. But you have no basic Pokemon in your hand. Yeah, big surprise. Now he'll get a free fucking draw from the mulligan. Forced mulligan. One of the few games ever, in fact, that you don't get to choose to do one. Like if you don't like your hand in most card games, you can just put it back and get another one, either for some penalty or nothing at all. What a surprise. We have that random bug thing too. I don't know why even. It could just be some suboptimal thing, or it could, oh shit, we're playing the same thing. Or maybe not exactly the same thing. Yeah, I'm acting like it's a theme deck format where it'll be the exact sort of mirror matchup, but he could have literally anything else too. At least he does have something on the bench. Like, why would you have that in there? I can't think of a single reason unless there's some kind of good evolution. So what do some of these things do? As long as it's attached, it provides a basic energy. When you attach this from your hand to a Pokemon, search for a basic Pokemon, put it onto your bench, then shuffle. Draw 3 cards. If you drew any cards in this way, discard up to 3 from your hand. You must discard at least 1. Oh, you don't have to discard as many as I did. This one I like. Yeah, this is one where you really get to use a lot of these tools and items very effectively. Which, like I said, we've rarely ever seen that happen. This is the best backfield interaction that you're going to get. Not like in Hearthstone where you can fuck around with all kinds of crazy contraptions on every side. Your turn. It's wasting time before I even get to draw the card, though. That's kind of unfair. Look at the top 7 cards. You may reveal a supporter card. No valid cards. Okay, fine. Put the energy down. You can draw 3. You can put the Cape of Toughness. Discard at least 1. I don't know about that. Oh, you can discard more if you want. It's warning me. So you can hit for 40, which is not very good, but he's going to presumably have a lot of defensive stuff himself here. It's actually a pretty fun concept. I haven't played a deck like this, really, where it's so defensive minded. This almost seems like something I would have come up with, like a super themed deck where you commit to one idea and overdo it, even if it's not good. The way you go through the cards by reading it is funny. What do you mean? I have to read them because I don't know what a lot of them do. Heal 120 damage from one Pokemon that has always 2 energy attached to it. If you healed any damage this way, discard 2 energy. Oh shit. That's kind of bad though. So the ultimate matchup showdown of the century. Fucking Blissey versus Blissey. The problem is I don't have anything to answer that in the whole deck. All I have is that fucking other stupid bug. Unless I get another one of these, but we've been pretty unlucky with doing that so far. Oh shit. So when does he get to do that? Whenever you attach an energy, does 30 more for each energy. If you did any damage with this attack, you may attach up to 3 from your discard. Oh, because we don't have any in our discard. Oh, that's what the fuck, the timer. That's why it's good to discard stuff with that guy. Now I get it. As just play casual till you know how the cards work and the time don't affect you like on ranks. I guess, but I don't really care because I'm such a low rank anyway. It shouldn't really matter that much. I think that time is a little bit too punishing. I don't really see the point of it. Why does it have to be that fucking tight? Okay, we do that. Here, let's do this and then discard all the energy. But okay, at least one of them. Warning, blah blah blah. We can heal this. Wait, can't you just spam these? Yeah. Items are kind of busted in a way. Like, just imagine any other game where it's kind of like spell cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can just do as many of them as you want. Right? You could have a handful of spell cards and just play every single... Fuck, I keep forgetting to do stuff because I'm so panicked by the time. God damn it. Like, make it 30 seconds or something. God damn. He's going to put it on his bench because he already has it here. This kind of isn't fair, though, because this is going to just be too strong. So I kind of need another one to match that. I wonder if I still have Dragonite and stuff. It didn't look like it. That was one of the strongest effects that I've ever seen, though. Just like being able to attach 2 energy to anything every turn from your bench. You don't even have to expose it to damage. That's an amazing effect for anything. And yet I couldn't win a tournament, a theme deck tournament, even with that. So this is awkward because you'll have to discard stuff from it. Okay, put this here. Go ahead and heal it again. Come on, give me another Blissey. That's all I need. And they will just adjust the time on the next update. I hope they increase it by a lot, or even a little bit. One supporter card. Kind of tempting me to do this. I guess I may as well. So we can do that lollipop thing. We need Christopher Lee to narrate that. Lucky Ice Pop. The way he says, he goes through in Willy Wonka's and says it in such a serious tone. It even takes up time when you're waiting for an animation. Like, this isn't my fault that 5 seconds is passing. It's their own shitty coin flip thing. And my turn's almost over. That's what kind of catches me out. Okay. So the best mechanic about this is to... Oh, shit, yeah. Is the ability to put more energy on from the graveyard. Which I should have some in there now, right? I have to make sure I click it, though, because I keep forgetting that. Okay, 2 of those. That's very good. That's one thing I never considered either. There is no limit to how much energy you can put on a Pokemon. But normally it's not very worthwhile because they obviously have a limit of how much they need for a particular move. But in this case, you could have literally a fucking 100 energy on this guy. I don't even know what Blissey, like what level of... Well, it's evidently not an evolution, but it kind of looks like an evolution of whatever that guy with the egg or whatever it is. Is that Chauncey, or it kind of looks like one of those. 270, so I'm going to do like 120, 130. He's going to do at most 200, so he's not going to be able to kill it. Actually using degenerate V-Star stuff. Which I normally hate and try to avoid, but this is a good excuse to try it, I guess. Since they're practically just spoon-feeding it to me and showing me even in the tutorial. They seem to stay away from it a bit more in the other game. Because that game had been out for so long, right? So it had so many different expansions, and the unlimited format there was actually quite fun because... Or even like the legacy format. What is this Pokemon with a rule box in play? Both yours and your opponents have no abilities. So the ability here isn't the biggest deal in the world, but actually this has still been working. Or maybe he played this more recently. There is no backlog, is there? Okay, so we are actually full health, so I don't even have to worry about it. Put some more energy, and then when I attack, it's going to be a case where you get more back. I don't know how much is in there, but Chauncey is the first evolution of Blissey. Really? So Blissey is the... Well, it must be the basic, because it is a basic card. That's kind of hard to imagine. So how much fucking health must they have? Because even like Azumarill is a stage 2. It goes like... I forget actually what one of them is called, but it's like... One that sounds nothing like Azumarill, and then one is just Marill. It almost sounds like it could be the opposite. Like Azumarill, and then Marill is the final form. Is how some of them would work. So he's going to do at most 200, which I'm not that bothered by. Because you can just spam items. Heal 80 from one of your Pokemon that has at least one psychic energy attached to it. If you healed any damage this way, discard an energy from it. But then we get it right back from that effect. Of course, his bench is kind of jacked out. This, in a certain sense, is still a theme deck because it has such a clear idea behind it. That's sometimes what I find the most fun in these games. Is it's not even about building for like optimal purpose. It's just for building for like some kind of concept that you really like. Whether it be like anti-spell, I always love that in Yu-Gi-Oh! And in Hearthstone, where you just try to counter all their spells and stuff. But he's not really doing any damage to me, and I keep getting more and more of these. Maybe I should put some other stuff on the bench, but it almost doesn't matter. Because if she dies, then we bring the next one out, and as soon as they attack, they'll get all the energy back. Or, I guess not now. So he's dead. That's only the first kill. She get 2 from that. It almost trivializes the whole prize card thing, because everything is going to be a V-Star, so nothing is ever going to give you one prize card at a time. Like how it originally was meant to be. I don't know at what point they introduced the whole V mechanic, but I definitely was never aware of it. Like I guess because I never really played Pokemon, but even just, you know, how I was aware of Synchro Summoning and XYZ Summoning and Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though I didn't play that either. All these power creep mechanics. Shadow Rider Calyrex. Underworld Door. Once during your turn, you may attach an energy card from one of your bench Pokemon. If you attach to a Pokemon this way, draw 2 cards. Max Geist does 30 more for each energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So he's got 120 there. Just as long as he can't one-shot these things. I still have a decent amount to just keep whacking him with. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the effect that I really want. Like, this stadium is a pretty good negation effect. I guess I would need to play my own stadium just to... Oh, I guess that's why, but then it would do the same thing. Unfortunately. Yeah, why would you even want to do this? You would want one that's something different just to destroy his, right, and replace it, not to do the same effect. Because your effect is kind of very important here. These would be so amazing if you get all the energy back. Or you only get 3, but that's still pretty good. Shouldn't his time limit be out? Fucking 10-second game? Yeah, why does it start then? That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, put this down. I forget what it even does. Supporter card. What does that do? You can play this card only if you discard 2. Draw a card for each of your Pokemon in play. Opponent's Pokemon. So I guess I don't have to do much of anything, but I am a little bit worried about if he kills the Blissey, then I'm going to be in real trouble. Of course, I do like big, beefy type of minions in most of these games anyway, like the dinosaurs in Magic, or even just like the elusive stuff in Hearthstone is like that. I always call that like the Kaiba ideation, like how he, at the beginning of the show, that's his whole mindset, is he's like, I'm going to summon my Blue Eyes with 3,000 attack, and nobody has anything with 3,000 attack, so they just can't do anything. Because, of course, in a show like that, they're not going to just anticlimactically say, oh, I'm just going to use a removal card and just kill it, right? It's got to be something more dramatic than that. So that is kind of what Pokemon is predicated on. Like, you just summon one thing and you just fight it out. There really should be like a double battle format, though, because that is something in the games that's prominently featured, like a 2v2 or whatever. So either you play with another player, or you can at least put 2 Pokemon out at a time. That would be a fun way to mix it up. I'm surprised these games don't have that. Or maybe there is some way to do it and I'm just too stupid to find it, but I don't think so. Because yeah, like Coliseum and GX were built completely around that mechanic, and it was quite good. Right? It at least makes it more complex than the standard 1v1. This guy's pretty easy to kill. I mean... Well, that's still concerning, but we're going to have plenty of healing cards. He removes like a special energy or whatever. We can do the Lollipop. So this will discard an energy or whatever. But the thing is, we can just kind of keep doing it. And we have so much on there that it shouldn't be that big of a deal to... Yeah, let's see if we get the coin toss fucking shenanigans. Shit. Can't rely on that. Put one back. So all we need is like 4 of them. Put a Pokemon on the bench. I mean, this is beautiful, but it's still hard to kind of get the value out of it. I guess I can do this, and then it's still more than enough to kill him. 230. Yeah, that's fine. We're down to 3 prize cards. These things are just fucking invincible, though. Nobody's even killed... Oh, I'm stupid. Or maybe I'm saving it for the next Chauncey. Or why does that even work? I'm kind of confused. Isn't it like... with rule box in play? I don't even know what that is. I guess the effect still works, whatever. 200, so I would still be able to one-shot it. Howdy Slap. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. I could be using some kind of cancer metagame bullshit without even realizing it, but this is a basic deck that you start with. Compare this to like Battle Mind or whatever with the fucking cow in Pokemon Online TCG. That was the basic deck that you start with. You think this is maybe a little bit better than that? And it's not like, oh, that was some old school deck that they gave you. That was literally in August of this year that I started playing that, and that's what they gave me. So look at how they dick you around. Now it's at least giving me something good. Or at least good quality cards that you can build with, like all this V-Star shenanigans. I don't think I started with any of those. So it's not that big of a deal, actually. He can't seem to do enough damage to really hurt me too badly. He has his own fucking Chauncey to try to save him, but I'm going to call it Chauncey instead. Yeah, that could kind of be a build that I do. Like, just poison stuff with... or, like, damage over time and status effects with tanky stuff. So the goal isn't even to do so much damage directly, although this is working generally pretty well for that purpose, too. I've only taken 50 damage. Wait, what the fuck just happened? I didn't even do anything. It was over before I could even do anything. Maybe the act of clicking fucks it up. Why the fuck did that turn end? That's a bug. That is actually a bug. I didn't wait like 10 seconds. It just started. It just said your turn and then it's over. Trying to level the odds because it knew I was going to win. Now I might actually fucking fuck up. As long as you get the effect, though, you can still jack these out with 3 energy per turn, which I do have quite a bit in there. Or at least I would have a lot in there from this. So he can do 200. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Where are some of the other 300 health ones, though? I know there are some. There's something with like 320 that we saw the other day. You got to be careful about this stupid-ass timer. I think they really did overdo it. Maybe that's why people don't play this. That's such a stupid mechanic. We have 3 of these on there. This is hilarious. Because normally the healing cards you don't think of as being that good, but when it's something as good as this, it actually makes it kind of worth it. And of course, the fact that you can play as many of those items in a turn as you want is pretty fun too. But maybe at times a little busted. That aspect, the fact that you can play like 1,000,000 cards from your hand a turn, and also the fact that you can draw, like card draw is so abundant in this game. Those are the 2 mechanics that make it kind of a little bit imbalanced at times. Wait, put this down. Why does it fight me with that? Put down that. I forget what it even does. Put this in there. You can draw like 3 cards in the discard. I don't want to accidentally deck myself out though, so... You can play this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Path to the Peak is already in play, so it doesn't matter who played it, I guess. We can do little lollipop. 1. Flip a coin. See, it's costing me time. Like, it's my fault. Imagine if it runs out during that time. Like, that's so unfair. 260, so this will be dead. So he's pretty much done for. Unless his own Chauncey can... Okay, here we go. 1 and 2. Even if it dies, we'll have a pretty loaded up graveyard to... They call it discard pile as a euphemism, I guess. We'll have plenty to feed the other Chaunceys. So this is a luxury we haven't had in the other games that we've done. Right, we have like Exodia fucking Blissey. 4 of them on the bench. 3 of them on the bench. 1,300. You can't even say anything like, oh, this is too strong, because it's literally like I just made the account, or even to what extent that I had a collection already that didn't even play a part. Like, I make such a big deal about, oh, I transferred the collection, and maybe I even lost stuff in the process. But the fact is, I had a pretty small collection anyway. All I did was buy like 5-6 theme decks, although it did take a while to do that. That's the price of being a free-to-play player. So let me look at, like, do I have a Dragonite? I don't. So some things just didn't get in there. Or maybe it must be like from an older set, I guess. Although I don't think I remember it being that old. So black and white, X and Y. Now X and Y was pretty old, wasn't it? Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. I don't get how they really determine that. Standard or expanded. See 4 cards. Okay, so Dragonite is in this. So I don't know what that means. Like, let's say I wanted to play as a Dragonite deck. How would I do it? Like in Unlimited. I just kind of want to test it. New deck 4. Expand it. So it's saying it can't be played in Standard, but I don't even care about that. I almost just want to do that exact one. Now, would these be interchangeable between the 2? Like... Actually, that's an interesting thing about evolutions that I never considered. Like, if there's 2 copies of the same thing, both of them should be able to evolve into Dragonite, potentially. So that gives you way more chances to get it. Yeah, you could exchange it, like, for Dust or whatever, but I don't want to do that. No, I think it shows the exact pick... Wait. No, because this one would work, and the picture's not the same. I guess we'll answer 2 questions for 1. Why can't I do this? What? Oh, maybe you can only have... Oh, you can only have 4 between the two, so it wouldn't matter. I get it. This does 80. I guess I don't really care. Let's look for... What was the other one? Dragon Air. What is the second form called? I forget. Or the base form. Oh, Dratini. Like a martini. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything. Some of these names are so random. Like Dragon Knight. Like he's a knight, but that doesn't even make sense. What else was in there? So we just go with energy. Yeah, how do you even choose? Oh, it'll change. I see. That's kind of a good way of doing it. So we have to have water and this. Let's say we have... I don't know even how many I really want. Like maybe 12 and 12. That maybe seems like even too many, but this is the kind of deck where you're a energy fiend. The whole point of it, in fact, is to... I really forget how many I would have, typically. That seems like maybe too many. The trainer cards, I didn't have a lot. What else did I have in here? I think I maybe had stuff like that for the card draw. Kind of just want to try something and expand it just for the fuck of it. Oh, so we do have the ability to play all this. So I guess if you just ignore this thing, then when you go to play it, it'll say, okay, you have to play an expanded. Which is fine. I mean, we could even play as that other one in that too. Right, the Blissey one. It wouldn't restrict. You can always play standard and unlimited, but you can't do it the other way. Dunsparce. Why the fuck does it have this in that Blissey deck, though? Of all the things you could possibly have. What did I have in here besides this? Ghastly. Of course, Ghost and Psychic were 2 of my favorite types. Here they kind of combine them. This was in the Groudon deck. So I guess it did come in handy a little bit in terms of the collection. Like, I wouldn't have a lot of this stuff otherwise. We get a little boost, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. Or, like I said, I could just disenchant everything. And I don't know exactly how the crafting system works. What else was in this deck? I can't even remember. Of course, they remove all your deck lists and stuff, too. But I'm just looking for basically the theme deck for... This wasn't in there. We had like Thundurus and the other guy. The Thunder and the Wind guy. Tornadus. All this was for the Charizard deck. These were for the... whatever, that Galarian guy. This was for, I think, also the Charizard one. We definitely had this. I feel like I had more of them than that, too. Tornadus, 1, 2... So you can't even really get the other cards that were from the old packs, I guess. You need to craft those cards. What, these ones? That couldn't be. Because I already had these. Or it wouldn't even be showing them. I can't even remember what I had in here. That's so weird. Yeah, 13 Pokemon and the rest are just trainer cards, I guess. What other Pokemon did I have? I guess I'll assume I had this, although I don't think it was in this one. That was in like the Charizard one. I had to have had some other evolution, like, oh yeah, that electric guy who absorbed stuff from the graveyard. The one that looks like the guy from Paper Mario. With the lantern or whatever. Gardevoir's so garbage. One of the Pokemon I actually used in the, Pokemon Y, though. What makes that playthrough so special is that it was the first playthrough of Permadeath. That's why I love that format so much. Because otherwise it would have been way too easy. It was still easy, but at least there was some amount of pressure. Lugia, I don't think I had. But I guess only one, it would be fine. Yes, but put more than what you have. Oh, I put more than what I have? Well, let's see what it says. Oh, this thing almost fucking killed me a couple times. It was so resistant to everything. Unlock. 10, draw 2 cards. It's way more deadly than that. Would lead you to believe. This is kind of good for Rally Back, but none of this stuff was in there. Where is that electric thing? I forget what it's called. It's like a electric bulb or something. Yeah, I don't know what other Pokemon could have even been in this. This symbol means standard, though. Oh, yeah, here it is. Lantern. I feel like I had more of these than that. Than just 2. We have Tornadus. We have all that. So we only have 20 Pokemon in here. It's possible that I just had like a lot of trainer cards. I don't really know. You would think I should remember it down to every last card because of how much I use that. We can still do the healing stuff even now. I kind of just want to try the expanded format. So a lot of this could just be card draw. You have like 11 of these, but why would you ever need them? You can only have 4. Yeah, what the fuck? Let me do like 2 of that. We need like the Fisherman, I guess, was pretty good. This one's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with how many I have. I think it just says that because of standard. Flip 2 cards. Search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. Kind of important. You just want to get Dragonite out like as quickly as possible, which can be good a little bit. Maybe I did have more trainer cards than I realized. But what was the other one? It was like something that lets you... I can't remember. Search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. Oh yeah, the Fisherman's very important. Yeah, there's no way I only had 1 of those. I don't know how it randomly changed some of the values. Brock's Grit. We have how many cards now? We have 61. Oh wow, I'm surprised. I guess we have a little bit too much energy, maybe. I don't think you need water quite as much as I'm giving it credit for, right? Most of the stuff is going to be lightning required. Let's just see how this would work. Must not have banned or illegal cards. Are you sure you want to exit? Now, how do you save this to expand it then? I don't know why they keep making me dance around this. Export, copy to the clipboard. Every time you go to make one, validate. This deck is not valid. Please address these issues. Must have exactly 60 cards. Maybe you have to go to expand it and then try. What does that mean? Collect. Oh, that's your reward track? No, fuck. Expand it. Oh, you really have to change. Okay, that's a really stupid thing. Once you're in this menu, it should just work for everything. You shouldn't have to do it like that. Okay, create a deck. Okay, that's really a stupid thing. All right, so how do we paste it though? Done. Oh, it won't even. Oh shit, it won't even let me paste it, I don't think, because it's a different format type. Okay, fine. We'll put this in there. Why would they get rid of the theme decks in such a weird way like that? All right, put these 2 in. Get all the fucking things. So we'll try one of these other ones, I guess, just for the fuck of it. You can't have 4. It almost seems pointless to have that many because, you know, you only have 2 of these anyway. So unless you're putting them out there to die. I don't really remember having Hypno there. I always wanted to get Exit 2 from a trade, but I don't know. I still don't know how the trading mechanic worked exactly, and I guess we'll never find out. Yeah, did I make a single trade in my entire time playing that game? I don't think I did. Because you could only trade like certain cards. Ones that you got from theme decks you couldn't do. Either you had to get it from a pack or something like that. Or from like a real money transaction. Lugia. And I guess I can do it. It requires only base energy. That's one of my favorite things because they're so flexible. Like when they don't require any element of any kind. What else was in here? Just basically the Tornadus and Thunderous guy. Quick tip. When you select a card before passing them in the deck, press on the card and where it says available, and you will see the alternative. Probably you will need to switch between alternative cards and original ones. What else is in here? I think just, I really don't think this was in there, but I don't know what else was, so I'll just settle for it. 1, 2. So where's the other guy? 1, 2. I like the synergy with the AoE and stuff, but that one's not even as good. So 19. I thought I had a few more than that. Man, my memory is pretty bad. I was just playing as this not too long ago. I should do this just for the fuck of it. In fact, this attack does 30 more. So you could just give him a whole bunch of energy from the... I could combine the whole idea of it. It's certainly not bad. But then you're relying a little bit too much on the... I forgot what I even just put in there. So let's do a whole bunch of lightning energy. And she's also one of those where... Oh, no, you would need psychic energy to really make that work, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or somehow we didn't do that. Press the available button. Don't scroll over. Deck you're playing is not valid. Must only contain cards you own. Must have exactly 60 cards. Well, obviously I have to own these cards. How could I... Wait, so this will do basically the same thing as the Dragonite already, which shows you the power of that effect. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do the Blissey. Does 30 more for each energy attached to it. If you did any damage with this, attach up to 3. Or where did it say? Oh no, that must have been like a trainer card. It's nothing to do with their effect, so I'll leave it. So what I really want is just a lot of card draw. Draw 2, flip a coin, draw 2 more. Shuffle your card into your hand into your deck. I don't really want too much of the defensive stuff though, per se. Search for an evolution card, kind of important. Fisherman. Great Ball, I don't really care too much. I'll just do like 2 of these. Kind of mix the 2 ideas together since Blissey won me over so much. This one can be good sometimes, but I feel like it fucks you over too. Pokemon Communication is really good, in fact. Right, because you can give up something shitty that you don't want for one of the Dragonite pieces. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon or energy cards. Because I could do like 2 of those, and that'll be it. Let's just try this and expand it. I just want to see how the format works. Must only contain cards you own. Okay, so what don't I own? Dragonite? Available button. Why would it show me that if I don't have it? A little confusing how they've organized some of this stuff. It says 2 right there. Index 0 out of 4. Available 1. Owned 1. What? Oh, that's just putting it in there. Oh, I get it. So you just, yeah, look at that to see how many you have. But it's impossible that I only have 1. So let's say I wanted to craft it. 1 card equals 400. So I'm assuming that would disenchant it. Exchange 1 card. I don't know how the crafting system actually works. Let's say I want a second one. Switch to the alt. I think it still says available 0 though. Press available and switch. Oh yeah, why they gotta make it this confusing? This is kind of what Hearthstone did too. So I did have 2, but they just wanted to make it more complicated for no reason. Okay, so everything else I have. So let's just try one of these. Having more cards in your hand means you have more options. Hop will help you draw even more cards. So unnecessarily complicated. Yeah, they did that with like the Tundra Rhino and some random shit in Hearthstone where like you have like 3 different versions of the same exact card just because of different formats and different time periods, and they have the exact same effects and everything. It's so stupid. Like a classic version, a basic version, a expansion version. Let me guess, nobody's actually playing expanded because nobody cares about it like I do. Galarian Zigzagoon's Headbutt Tantrum ability lets you put 1 damage counter Rare candy lets you evolve a basic Pokemon directly to stage 2, skipping stage 1 entirely. I feel like that's not what it does in the games. Remember that when you create new decks. Yeah, that's kind of helpful. I don't know really why they do that, but and I even got them from the same source. I got them both from the theme deck. So why would one be in one category and the other be in a different category? I can understand if I got like one from a pack or from somewhere else. And I feel like I had more than 2 anyway, but maybe not. Because I would always get, you know, it was obviously the whole point of the deck to get them out there. I guess just nobody plays expanded. But we'll wait a minute. That was pretty fun though with Blissey. I'm surprised how good that is. I started off and I thought, oh, this is going to be so shitty. Like you just summon one thing, I have nothing on the bench, and I'm just going to get destroyed. But they were so resilient, and that deck was so defensive-minded. V-Star have less than V max, but they give up 2 prize cards instead of 3. So I don't think that's a V max, right? It's still a V-Star that we were using. Your active Pokemon recovers from special conditions when you evolve it. Move it to the bench or play a card like Full Heal. Oh, the other one was a shiny Dragonite. Okay, let's see. Tails, so I get to go. I guess going first and second in this game isn't really that big of a deal. This time thing is a literal troll. If somebody would have told me it works like this, like, oh yeah, you only get 10 seconds per turn, I would think they're joking. Or at least it should be like a special format. Like, you want to play like speed Pokemon. This is just the basic regular format. Wait, what am I using? What? Oh, I didn't choose the right deck. Fuck off. Well, I'm not going to lose on purpose then. Oh, here we go. Blissey. I'm not the only one who has that idea. Meow. You must discard 2 cards. Okay, that's fine. Put this out. You could switch. I don't have any energy though, so what can I do? Discard 2 cards. I didn't even read what it does because I'm so confused by it. Can get rid of 1 switch, I guess. 1 metal saucer, not going to do anything for me now. Put that in there. So what is that going to be? Is that going to be the evolution of it? Probably. You can use the ability on... You can switch something with the top card in your deck. Yeah, I didn't put it on active. I thought that would be my only expanded deck because, you know, I had to go special to a special page to do it. Once per turn, you may look at the top 3 cards, put any energy on there. Oh, it'll do it automatically, or do I have to drag it? Sometimes you have to drag it here. Okay, that's excellent, actually. So how much is that actually going to do? 230. So if I had a way to just increase my damage temporarily for a turn, I could kill this in 1 shot. That's the trick. Because even if you get it down to 20, they'll just heal the fuck out of it, as we've seen. Or maybe I should do some kind of weak attack with something else first. Then maybe they won't feel compelled to heal. They won't want to waste a healing card on just, you know, 20 damage or something, and then I'll kill it. Because I won't be able to finish it off, even if I do this. Steely Spirit. Metal Claw. That would be good, but it's going to be too slow. Of course, he has stuff on the bench, too, so that's hardly going to do anything to me. Need something that's going to let me put more energy onto something. But only Dragonite and that 1 trainer card can seemingly do that. Your Steel Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Oh, shit, that's it. That could be it. How perfect is that, too? 230 to 250. So that's just going to be a base effect. So we just win. Or at least we kill the Blissey. So switch this out. That little fucking difference makes all the difference in the world. Oh, no, no. No. Fuck, I forgot it did that. Give me another switch, but I wouldn't even be able to do it then. Look at the top 7 cards. I mean, this whole speed thing is not really appreciated. I might have missed my chance because now he's gonna know that I can kill it. Guess it doesn't really matter what else I put it on there. Once per turn, you can trade a card to the top of your deck. Don't need 2 of those. Quick Ball, don't know what it does. Put this in your deck to get something else. I don't know what this is. 130. Use a basic Pokemon with 230 health. Why not? Hopefully it doesn't give like Chauncey more health is the point. I'm gonna keep calling it Chauncey. You can do the effect here. Like, I love these unlimited number of fucking abilities you can do in one turn. I don't even need the extra energy at this point. It's almost a waste, right? Because you would rather just wait and give it to somebody else. So I fucked up royally there, where I could have just killed Blissey. Because I forgot that card doesn't just give you card draw, it also switches out. And it doesn't give you the option to switch out, it forces you to switch out. Come on, don't give it health. That's all I want. Because it'll be an exact perfect kill. That you need a stage 1 evolution on the bench to enable. Because you're not going to have cards like Leon or whatever in here, I don't think, that make you do like 30 more damage. I don't think we've ever seen an effect like where a card has Wind Fury or something like, oh, it can attack twice per turn or something. I guess the closest is just having the base ability. Okay, so now I can switch out. Oh, I can't. Attach an energy from your discard pile. I'm going to get cucked even further by this. And it just ends my... And in a way, I kind of just want you to kill it. That would be nicer. You put a third one and it'll do 90. So that would do the trick. Yeah, just fucking do it. And don't give yourself like that cape or whatever that gives you like 50 extra health. Because then I'm going to be screwed. You shouldn't even feel that threatened, really. But I guess if you were paying attention to the bench, you probably would. And all that extra energy on this guy's not doing anything. I don't even know what half of these Pokemon are. Like, I've never played a game that has them. I guess a lot of them are newer, but still. Like, I've only played Leaf Green, or I've only beaten Leaf Green, Coliseum, and Y. That's it. I've played a lot of the other ones a little bit, like Diamond and this and that, but I never beat them. Yeah, you really want to fucking have this go, though? You're just gonna die. My turn. So I'm not gonna do anything but this. Of which I still only have like 5 seconds to do. Hurry up, dude. Otherwise, it'll just fucking pass my turn for nothing. Okay, so it's not even that. It's just that that was such a strong card that you just want to get rid of it. We've seen that firsthand. Now, if he has nothing else for the bench, we just win. Although we would still have to switch out. Oh, I guess that's why it's good to put the extra energy. I just figured out my own strategy. That way you can retreat it without having to worry about it. Although it still wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Why would you do that and then switch out? What the fuck did he just do? He got an evolution card in his hand just so he could put it back. And you could say, oh, just so he guarantees that he doesn't draw into it, I guess. But he must have something he can put on his bench. It'd be kind of unbelievable if he doesn't. Kind of weird. But what do I have that can do 80? Probably nothing, because this energy is kind of starved right now. This would at least be able to attach it to something else. So of course I can't attack here. So I'll retreat. Even as stupid as maybe that seems. You can put like 2 energy out, which isn't going to be enough to actually do anything at all. Oh, your bench Pokemon? Okay, fine. You can do like multiple of these too. So maybe I should have done this first, and then I would have been able to do something there. Even this guy's gonna have like a 2 retreat cost. There's too many of these abilities that you have to keep track of. Once per turn, you can put some energy onto here, which I don't even want to do. Whatever. So this will do a whopping 130. Discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So I had a real chance there, but everything's a little bit too expensive. I could have done the same thing, I guess, just like put the energy on first and then switched, then retreated. Of course, now I could just retreat this and then kill him with that. I just get so excited when I see that they have nothing on their bench. It's like makes it so fucking easy. Skip all the prize cards and bullshit, but he can obviously put that stuff out. So why doesn't he? Yeah, there we go. Lugia, all these basic cards with 200 plus health. What even is this deck? This wasn't the same one I was using before with Blissey, was it? This is something else altogether because you didn't have this many other Pokemon. Okay, your turn. I do want to switch out a little bit, but I don't necessarily want to switch out to that. So we'll put this here. Oh, it'll do extra anyway, but I can't do it, I guess. I don't know why, actually. Switch out to this. Wait, let's just kill this stupid thing and then let him do what he's going to do. This is going to do 250. And he has 270 health, so this should be good. With 3 to 6 prize cards. Looking good. Oh, I should use that balloon too, so I can keep switching out as much as I want, especially with this. Right, because it can't attack the next turn, so it's kind of a worthy trade-off. I love being able to one-shot stuff because it doesn't even give him a chance to do anything. I could either give the balloon to this. Actually, I'll probably give it to this because then you can just keep putting more energy on this guy. Opponent is moving attached cards. What is the belt going to do for him? Attach tools. Does 30 more damage to the active Pokemon. As long as it doesn't reduce the damage they take. So you can do 230 and just one-shot this and get 2 prize cards from it. We haven't seen some of the V Max stuff, I guess, which would give you 3 cards, which is insane. That's their way of trying to balance it, but you really see that against a lot of the older stuff, it's just not going to be effective enough. Okay, so all we have to do is... Should probably just do the balloon anyway. No. Don't get distracted by that because you don't have any fucking time. Just do this. Don't even worry about anything else. You just kill that and then you get more energy onto it so that we can retreat, or I can do the balloon thing too. Man, why couldn't the tournaments be this easy to win? Although this is obviously very low rated shit, but still. So I won't be able to attack here. A lot of people just resign because they can tell I'm just too good. He was even using the Blissey thing, so you can't even say, oh, it's so overpowered. Okay, so let's use a deck that I'll probably lose with, but just because I want to try it. If I can do the expanded format. Well, I mean, technically that was, but I want to be able to use some of the older decks that I was using. But this one has Dragonite and stuff in it, although for some reason it still has Blissey too. Set active. Here we go. Nice little Blastoise picture as the cover. Crobat's V's Dark Asset is great when you need to draw more cards. Try to play Pokemon V-Star have less HP than V-Max, so I should be using a V-Max Blissey version that does the same thing. Because it'll never get knocked out, so you don't have to worry about the 3 prize cards. So the best way to do it, you could play like 1 V-Max, then 2, no. You could play a V-Max, then you could play a V-Star, and then you could play another V-Max because it would be your last one anyway. So that's the biggest metagame way to play it, right? Because you'll give up 3 prize cards, then 2, and then you'll only have 1 left, so it doesn't matter what you play at the end then. Oh yeah, it's very hard to find matches in Expanded though. Having more cards in your hand means you have more options. No shit. You can only have 4 of any card with the... So I guess I didn't see how crafting worked exactly. Like I saw how to disenchant stuff, but I didn't see how to actually make stuff. Actually, let me try to see that. Maybe you can't do it like in-deck construction, but you can do it... Like, how do you just see your collection outside of building a deck? Test deck, duplicate, export, delete. Create a deck for the expanded format. So let's say I want to craft something. First of all, it doesn't even show you like... Okay, not owned, for example. 3902 cards. Available. Exchange. So you could make it for 100, I assume is how that would work. It's kind of confusing because it's the same tooltip as when I have a card. It'll say the same thing. So in that case, you're not... Like, how would I craft... Or maybe you can't disenchant stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, because if I look for Dragonite, Dragonite V, like, I already own it. So let's say I wanted to make another one. Would this craft it or would it disenchant it? I'm assuming it would disenchant it. I don't know how you would craft something that you already have some of. Let's see. You can make 4 of those. I don't see why it really even matters in a way. Just like the glossy one. Available. 1, 2, so you can only have 3 of these for some reason. Or you can only make 3, I guess, because you already have one. That kind of makes sense. So it's not really limiting me. It's just... But you should be able to have as many as you want if you really want. I don't see the point. Like how I have 12 of those trainer cards, even though I can't use more than 4. Like whatever the one is that discard your whole hand and draw 7 cards. A burn, poison, or confused Pokemon can still retreat, but a Pokemon that is asleep or paralyzed cannot. These tips are about such specific cards, like Crobat V. It said that for like the 5th time. Okay. Slap Kemen. I can feel it, my lucky star. Everything is just so fucking fast paced. Imagine doing this on a phone where you only have 10 seconds. That's such bullshit. That's what these games are primarily made for. I can barely do it with the mouse and fucking keyboard. Not that the keyboard is really relevant, but there's no way you could do this shit on a phone. Or maybe they relax the time limit there. It's not like crossplay. Or maybe that's why I'm winning so much, because I'm picking on people who are using a fucking phone. It's like playing a PC shooter against somebody on console. Pretty cool card back. So, obviously Blissey. 25 minutes you have, but it would be almost impossible to use that because you only have 10 seconds per move. People must have been doing some kind of troll shit where they, you know, wait till there's like 1 second left in the game if they're losing, but I guess they could have done that anyway. 6-0. What's happening? It just totally froze. Like I can't even do anything. Have done when you are ready. Yeah, as much as they seem to be in a hurry, they're not really letting me do anything else. So there's no downside to really doing this. I can search for the first level of the Lantern guy. Or I guess I can't. Dragon Air is not the first one. That wasn't really the best thing, but... You can put something on here and just leave it. Now, what we don't have in this deck is anything to protect it or to heal it. Right, which it was relying on so much before. Tag Team, Dark Union GX, Dark Pulse. This attack does 30 more damage times the amount of dark energy attached to all your Pokemon. Put 2 in any combination of Dark Pokemon GX and Dark Pokemon EX from your discard pile onto your bench. If this Pokemon has at least 1 energy attached to it, attach 2 energy cards from your discard pile to each Pokemon that you put onto your bench in this way. Yeah, this won't be nearly as good because once it takes damage, it's just over. It really has to stick around for a while for it to be good because there's 2 of those. How fitting. It's like a tag team, but there is no tag team format where you wouldn't even need to have it be like where it's 2 players playing together. It could just be me, but I'm allowed to put out 2 Pokemon at once, right? Because this does get limiting after a while. The 1v1. It would be a very fun format that would open up all kinds of other synergies and crazy crap. Dark City. Basic dark Pokemon in play. Both yours and your opponents have no retreat cost. Opponents, what is it? Galarian Moltres. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto the bench during your turn, you may attach up to 2 dark energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon. This does 50 more for each prize card your opponent has taken. It's a good comeback kind of card. Maybe put both of these down. This probably isn't going to go too well because the ability is not going to be negated, but I'm not going to have anything, I guess, to put on it. Whenever you attach an energy, it... Oh, no, not even that. Once you do that, you get some from the graveyard, but I don't have any in the graveyard. Yeah, this isn't really meant as a Blissey deck. It's meant as a fucking Dragonite deck, but I have to get to that point first, which would be kind of a good synergy still, because... if you can stack up Blissey with 2 per turn, with that in itself is pretty good, but see, now if I had some of those crazy healing cards, it would be good. Or even some card draw. This is kind of a very slow, stale thing. Or I would at least need another one of these. And that's not bad, but I think I would have trouble against this even with the normal thing that I was using. But yeah, this is just to show that there is an expanded format. It's kind of very important. That is in fact what I prefer to play in general, but it ends up being the same cancer bullshit. How about a legacy format or a theme deck format? But yeah, I'm very happy to see the crafting system. That's something in Master Duel that wasn't in Duel Links that I really appreciate as well. Like, it just makes you feel, especially as a free-to-play player, which I always am, just by choice, like, that you actually have something that you can... Yeah, we evolve it so we can do 20. You know, it makes you feel like you can just complete your collection a lot easier and get exactly what you want, instead of, you know, having to either do, like, theme deck type stuff or just fucking settle for whatever you get. Magic has kind of like a hybrid system where you can't really craft, but you can craft with wild cards that you get sometimes from packs. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Hearthstone and Master Duel and this all have seemingly like you can just disenchant anything and just craft anything. So I like that system a lot. Although it's arguably too good, but, you know, it makes it almost too easy to just get whatever you want. But, you know, if the alternative is paying money for endless amounts of packs, then I guess it's a good trade-off. So obviously I'm going to lose this one, so the Dragonite thing doesn't come through for me, but I guess I shouldn't hide from the meta so much, but there should always be a format that just lets you use kind of simpler old school stuff if you really want. Like, this is just so not, it's not fun because there's not even any possibility. Like, it's just, you have to use this mechanic or some of these better newer cards. You don't even have a chance. There's no interaction here. It's over before it even started. And of course this happens in every card game with power creep, but still. What is this? Why does this have so much health? Attached energy, attached tool. At least I'm depriving him of getting too many prize cards at once because none of these are GX or whatever. So why was this so card starved anyway? Like, pretend this deck wasn't so bad. I guess I just got unlucky, or I kind of need more card draw. I don't get it. Like, he has a fuckload of stuff. A full bench, a full hand. Okay, that's fine. I think that's like the first one I lost. Thanks for the match. Look at these clown fucking animations these people do. Knocked out with bench Pokemon. Now, why is that cut off? There's a lot of things that might be considerations just because it's beta. And it does run smoothly, but it's almost like too fucking fast paced. They definitely should change that. Collect this. So you can actually buy this, I think, with your tokens. The better sort of battle pass, which I see no reason not to do. Ends in 5 weeks. 600 access premium rewards. Access premium rewards unlock 15 tiers immediately for 1800. Oh, I don't even have enough though. Wait. You have insufficient 80 crystals. Earn more crystals. Oh, maybe they don't even have microtransactions yet because it's still in beta. So maybe that would be like an unfair thing to do, or... But that doesn't even make sense because you would be transferring over a lot of your shit that you would have bought anyway. Okay, that was pretty good. I like the UI and everything. I wish you could just change their fucking expressions. And that Blissey deck was pretty good. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little challenge with this that I normally don't do with any card game, which is actually to try to play into the meta a little bit. But the problem with that is it just gets too repetitive. Like, it'll be the same few decks that you see over and over. But they do start you with some pretty good ones. Definitely way better than the fucking Battle Mind or whatever it was. With, like, you have the stage 2 Gardevoir and stuff, but you have fucking that cow and stuff. It wasn't good at all. Select language as you're exiting out. What the fuck? Oh, I logged out. Whoops. It almost didn't even make it seem like it was my account, but obviously it must be because I didn't have the... Let's actually see how this works. I don't remember even logging into this because I just opened it. So how did it know magically what my account was? Kind of like a scuffed retro login screen. Printing cards. They try to be all cheeky with these fucking flavor text. Catching wild Pokemon. This came out very, very recently in beta. I think in November or something. So this is one of the earliest times I've ever played something when it just comes out. Okay, quit without logging out.